Hallo meine Lieben, willkommen zu einer neuen Folge Star Trek Online.
The long-range sensor arrays in the Trailer system went offline recently. Last thing they picked up before that happened was a Borg scout ship. I'm heading to Trailus now to investigate. If this is the beginning of a new Borg incursion, I could use some backup. Meet me there as soon as you can.
Bestätigt.
Until next time. Thanks for coming. Been a while. You look well. Considering what I hear about your exploits, that's an impressive feat. Back to business. Spotting a Borg scout here made a lot of people nervous, and with good reason.
Kann ich mir vorstellen.
So, some old friends called in a favor, and here I am. I came here looking for Borg, but the real problem turned out to be sabotage. Orion smugglers fouled up the long-range array, but they left the short-range sensors intact. I have plenty of evidence from the sensor logs to turn over to Alliance officials.
Und die Burg?
Still a concern. If they're sizing up this quadrant as an incursion zone, we need to know about it. I have a few ideas on upgrading the sensor arrays, making them harder to disable and better at spotting Borg. Beam me over and we can sort out the details.
Sehr gut. Bereithalten für den Transport. Energie.
With your assistance, I can complete the modifications quickly.
Bestätigt. So. Dann senden wir mal die Updates auf den Satelliten.
Good. Now that we have a working array, our next step will be initiating the new security protocols. Hold on. Are you seeing this? The long-range sensors just lit up like a Dabo table.
Analyse.
Reading a massive energy surge. We're being scanned. Something's overriding all our control systems, attempting to bypass.
Schildrauch auf Trafalgar gefasst machen.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Statusbericht, was ist passiert?
Oh, that was unpleasant. Still, there are no damage reports, no casualties.
Kartografie, wo sind wir?
Scanning. This is unexpected.
Könnten Sie das erläutern?
According to astrometrics, we were catapulted several hundred light years from Trailus to the Excalibur system.
Excalibur? Ich erinnere mich an ein paar Legenden über diesen Ort.
Here's some facts to go along with those legends. In the 23rd century, Excalbians abducted the USS Enterprise and subjected some of her crew to a series of combats. Some sort of morality test.
Mir gefällt das nicht. Ist es möglich, dass wir aus demselben Grund hier sind?
Feels that way to me. I doubt they dragged us all the way out here to have a ractogeno and talk about baseball. There's one way to find out for sure. Hail them and see what they want.
Viele atmosphärische Interferenzen auf Excalibur. Wir können keine Kommunikation aufbauen.
I can boost the signal once the ship is in a standard orbit. Assuming the Excalbians are in a talking mood, we should have answers soon.
Einverstanden. Steuer, bringen Sie uns in eine Umlaufbahn über Excalibur. Standardorbit. Kommunikationssignal verstärken. Jetzt.
We are receiving your signal. On behalf of the Excalbian people, I bid you welcome.
Entschuldigen Sie, Sir. Ich habe nicht erwartet, mit Abraham Lincoln zu sprechen.
Yes, I suppose that would be a bit of a surprise. You'll pardon me for that, I hope. Some time ago, I met and fought beside one of your own, Captain James Kirk. Under the circumstances, we felt seeing a familiar face would make this meeting go a little smoother.
Ich verstehe. Warum sind wir hier, Herr Präsident?
That is a complicated matter, I'm afraid. I think it would be easier to discuss it face to face. We prepared a meeting ground on the surface of Excalibur. It meets your needs for atmosphere and climate, as I understand them. Will you join us there?
Wir nehmen Ihre großzügige Einladung an, Herr Präsident. Wir werden sofort herunterbeamen. Nummer 1, stellen Sie ein Außenteam zusammen. Und überleben Sie die Brücke. Oder... Nö, warte. Kommando zurück. Anlassen Sie Sätze auf einen Außeneinsatz. Commander. Sie werden mich begleiten. Salva, Sie übernehmen die Brücke.
Welcome, friends. I do hope the local climate is to your liking.
The climate's fine. It's our abduction that we have a problem with, friend.
My apologies. It was not an action of my choosing, I can assure you.
Your presence is required for a matter of great importance.
Greater than conversations with dead presidents?
Long ago, the two of us were involved in a study, if you will.
An evaluation of two concepts, good and evil. The initial results were ultimately inconclusive.
The debate has continued since that time.
We now seek a final resolution.
What does that have to do with us, exactly?
You have been chosen as advocates for the concept of good.
But you will not face it alone.
Hello. Looks like we have a lot of work to do here.
That's putting it mildly.
Also. Was genau ist jetzt hier los?
You have questions. I will attempt to clarify our intentions.
Wir hören zu.
In this trial, you will be accompanied by associates that we have created for you. You will confront a variety of situations in opposition to evil forces. Your actions will be judged, as will those of your opponents. The prevailing concept will guide us as a people. We shall pursue the virtues of good, or the vices of evil.
Warum haben Sie Gewalt als Bewertung dieser Konzepte ausgewählt?
We find violent conflicts produce pure examples of good and evil. They provide the best results to evaluate and judge.
Und was ist, wenn wir diese Prüfung verweigern?
Failure to participate will be seen as your endorsement of the supremacy of evil. The trial will then conclude with a judgment in favor of evil, and our subsequent pursuit of the concept as a guiding principle.
Kämpfen. Sonst wird das Böse zum Sieger erklärt. Das ist nicht wirklich eine Wahl.
The trial awaits you. Proceed through the portal behind me when you are prepared.
Sehr wohl. Lassen Sie uns das einfach hinter uns bringen.
I think we need to be cautious when dealing with the Excalbians. They're a lot like Q, minus a sense of humor. Fashion sense could use a little work, too.
In der Tat, Vorschläge?
For now, I say we play their game and stay in one piece. Look for opportunities to swing things in our favor. Our new teammate here might have some insight into the situation as well.
Gutes Argument. Möchten Sie irgendetwas hinzufügen, Commander?
Michael Burnham, of the USS Discovery.
Mir wurde gesagt, dass Sie meine Hilfe benötigen. Um ehrlich zu sein, ich bin nicht sicher, was hier vor sich geht. Aber die Teilnahme an den Prüfungen der Exkalvianer scheint ein guter Weg zu sein, mehr über sie zu erfahren, sagte Michael Burnham, zusätzlich zu dem, was sie gesagt hat. So. Die Discovery, Crossfield-Klasse, hat ehrenwert gedient, im Dienst verschollen.
Judging by your uniforms, I'd say I'm in the future. The last thing I remember was preparing for battle with my crew, and the crew of the Enterprise. Since we're having this discussion, I'm guessing we won that fight. My apologies, my memory's a bit fuzzy. Possibly a side effect of whatever brought me here.
In der Tat. Willkommen im Jahr 2411, Commander.
Over 150 years. Fascinating. Right. I'll catch up later. Assuming we get through this trial in one piece.
Ja, dann mal los.
To address your original question, I wish I had all the answers, but I know as much as you do. Going through this trial will give us the chance to conduct some tests of our own, learn more about them and the situation here.
Einverstanden, lassen wir die allmächtigen Wesen nicht warten.
Take heart, my friends. Yarnik has a forceful personality, but his voice is not the only one heard here. There are many Excalbians who would embrace virtues before vices.
Es ist gut, Verbündete zu haben.
Well said. And as one of your allies here, I have a warning for you. The trials are drawn from your past experiences and records, but they will not be identical recreations. There will be alterations to test your responses and those of your opponents. Expect the unexpected.
Danke für diese Information. Mr. President.
Please accompany me.
Also gut, dann geht's los.
Beyond that portal, the first trial awaits. Good luck, my friends.
Dann mal los.
My tricorder's showing a Class M tropical biome. By the look of things, this world is under attack. I'm reading a lot of weapons fire from several locations in the area.
Das ist Prea 3. Ich war schon einmal hier. Genau während dieser Schlacht.
This is a safe position for now, but that could change soon. We need to get to cover fast. I see a plaza ahead. And casualties. Enemy forces may be in the area.
Okay, Waffen bereit machen und ausrücken.
This didn't happen long ago. Some of the bodies are still warm. When did this take place, originally? I don't recognize the uniforms on these Vulcans.
Das sind keine Vulkanier. Es sind Romulaner.
Romulans? You're serious? Those are Romulans. This is a lot to take in.
Romulaner sind Verwandte der Vulkanier, die nach der Zeit des Erwachens in ihren eigenen Weg gegangen sind. Ja.
The Romulans are I clearly have a lot of catching up to do. But the middle of a war zone isn't an ideal place for a history lesson.
Einverstanden.
These Romulans of Tal Shiar, members of a covert military intelligence force. Their list of enemies is long. Any number of them could be responsible for this attack.
In diesem Fall handelt es sich romanische Partisanen.
This one was killed by heavy plasma weaponry. Strange. I'm also reading trace amounts of several exotic particles in the area. Antiproton, tachyon. Whoever else was in this fight used some extremely advanced weapons.
Das klingt nach ikonianischen Waffen.
Makes sense. The Iconians were allies of the Tal Shiar at this time. They were probably fighting at their side. This may be one of the unexpected changes Lincoln warned us about. Iconians arriving here early.
Das ist eine unangenehme Vorstellung.
Some kind of constructs. They're using anti-proton weapons.
Heralds. Not a good sign.
Those
Heralds are augmented servants of the Iconians. They were used primarily as shock troops. We've encountered them before, but if they're here now, things are worse than expected. There's a tactical force field blocking our way. That looks like the emitter over there. Should be simple enough to destroy it.
Schalten wir es aus und gehen weiter. So, das würde ich gerne sammeln. So.
Tal Shiar and Heralds fighting Riemann combat squads. Wonderful.
So, these Remans, they're on our side. Good to know.
You there! I would speak with you.
Let me see.
Your timing is fortuitous, my old friend. My resistance forces are closing in on Hakiv's laboratory, but he has opened an Iconian gate. The Iconians have sent their minions to aid Hakiv, but all is not lost. We can still stop them. The lab is not far from here. If we can fight our way past the guards, we can put an end to all this, and Hakiv.
Ja, wir sollten Hakiv finden und aufhalten.
Looks like there's another tactical force field blocking the way. This Hakiv really doesn't want to be interrupted, does he?
Verzögerungstaktik. Finden und zerstören Sie die Schildmeter. Ja, ganz schnell.
It may not be in an obvious place. Check the nearby buildings and rooftops.
Gutes Argument. Ausschwärmen melden Sie der Gruppe, wenn Sie den Emitter finden. Den da oben?
Excellent. Hakiv has holed up in the south like the cornered vermin he is. Once we're near his position, I can set up a jamming field to prevent him from beaming out. Then we can bring him to justice, at last.
Wird sich wahrscheinlich an einem gut verteidigten Ort verbunkern. Ja.
You might be able to block transporters, Obasek, but I doubt you can block a functional Iconian gate. As long as that remains open, Hakiv will be able to escape. Deal with the gate first. Then you can talk about justice all you want.
Einverstanden. Lassen Sie uns das Portal erschließen. Ja. Los. Ist doch gar nichts mehr. Na gut. Ich hoffe, das behindert den Fortschritt nicht.
Ambush! Look out!
So.
Obasek. So good of you to join us today. I've dreamed of ridding the galaxy of your stench for some time.
This ends now, Hakiv. No amount of Iconian or Tal Shiar scum will stop me.
We have bigger problems. The Iconian gate is still online, remember? Hakiv can bring in Iconian reinforcements as long as it is.
Then let's shut it down. Keep Hakiv and his forces busy while we work, or this trial will end real soon. Not in
Verstanden.
our favor.
Sie bekommen die Zeit, die sie brauchen, Commander.
I need help at the gate controls.
Taking fire over here.
Drücken.
He has a stealth field. Spread out. Find him.
You think you've stopped me? The Iconians already know. They know everything.
I don't care. Blood calls for blood, Hakiv.
No, not like this. You're better than this. If you do this, it won't be justice. It'll be murder. You don't have to do this.
He must pay for what he's...
Ariete!
Alright, what's the call? Help Obasek or catch Hakiv?
Obasek's in bad shape. He needs field surgery right now, or he's not going to make it. I can't do this alone. I'll need your help to save him.
Hakiv's getting away. If he leaves through a gateway, he could return with enough Iconians to finish us off. Do you want to pursue him?
Wir müssen Obisek retten. Er ist so wertvoll als Freund und Verbündeter. Mr. President?
Rest easy, friends. This part of the trial has reached its conclusion. There's a portal nearby. Use it to return to Yarnek. He wishes to review the results of the trial.
Sehr gut. Lassen Sie uns sehen, was er zu all dem zu sagen hat. Nun, Janek,
At a critical moment, you move to save Opasek's life. Because of this, Hakiv escapes and convinces the Iconians to pursue a scorched earth assault on their enemies. Millions more die in the following war as a result. An intriguing choice, to be sure.
es war eine schwere Entscheidung. Doch ich stehe zu ihr.
To callously leave an ally to die upon the battlefield is not the mark of a strong soul. Saving the life of a comrade in the fight against evil was a brave and noble act, one worthy of praise rather than scorn.
Wird sich wahrscheinlich an einem unverteidigten Ort verbunkern.
The trial continues. Proceed through the nearby portal when you are ready to begin the next evaluation.
Die Prüfung geht weiter. Ja, ja. Sehr wohl.